Haven't
I
seen a
spoke to
thing,
you the
okay?
other day.
Long time no see.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I got my Bridgerton fix, so I'm living life now.
Yay!
One of the things that I really love about this season is it really focuses on your dreams and sometimes how you have to sacrifice to really achieve what you ultimately want. So I want to know for both of you, to be in the seats where you are right now, what's a dream that you had to sacrifice to get here?
Ooh.
Wow.
A lot of my 20s were a sacrifice, honestly, because I was really broke. I was in debt from drama school, and I saw my friends that got like quote unquote normal jobs that could afford to go on holiday and like do things with their partners and, you know, go to the weddings and buy the nice dresses and shoes. And I was like, I can't do any of that. And I'm like chasing this dream that I didn't know if I'd ever achieve. And that was definitely a big sacrifice for me.
I feel like I've had a similar, in like a lot of the time I get asked about where I've traveled to and stuff, and I think about back to like really struggling and trying to book jobs, and you just can't. Or you can't take yourself out of the
God,
circuit.
no, I don't
You've
have
got to
enough
be here.
money
And,
to do that.
yeah, so I guess it's like from the times of just auditioning and it becoming your whole life, just like trying to book that next job. I guess it's that, yeah.
Oh,
Good question.
I think mine would be sacrificing being an athlete. It's a weird one because it was going on at the same time, but I had to swap over to being an actress when I had an injury, because I was like training to be the Olympics and stuff like that, all that kind of business when I was younger, and then had an injury, and then the kind of acting took over from there. But they were traveling at the same point. But yeah, I think that would be. I only say that because when the Olympics were here in London, I was an out-of-work actress. And I remember watching them going, that could have been me. That could have been me.
I'm in front of javelin.
I couldn't, yeah. So that would be mine.
That's a really hard one to answer. I think sometimes my loved ones get... I mean, I've been unemployed plenty of times in my life. But when I've been working hard, I think I've sacrificed friendships. My loved ones, who don't understand. They're, well, why can't you say you can't come round at such and such time, or why can't you come tomorrow? And I think that's hard to get people to understand that you just have to say no.
Yeah, I think, I mean, my dream job when I was young was I wanted to be a bass player in a punk band. That's where I live in my brain. But I think I think I've got 3 kids. I've got parents and step-parents and an enormous family. And I think there have been lots of school sports days missed, school plays missed, birthdays, wedding anniversary. I mean, like, there's been a whole lot of things where I've had to say to my family, I'm sorry, I love you, I've got to go and earn a living, and please understand. And sometimes they're really gracious, and then other times you can just see them thinking, I really needed you, Mum, to be there. So that's been tricky.
I'm missing a birthday today.
Yeah.
My godson's 18th birthday today. And it's a big one, do you know what I mean? But
yeah,
I'm talking to you. Hey!
We're gonna say happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Benjamin.
And now we gotta manifest, okay? We talking about our sacrifices, but now we have to manifest. What dreams do you have that you still haven't accomplished yet? We're gonna speak it into existence.
Wow.
I just want to say I want to see you do.
Oh, really?
I want to see you lead a musical on Broadway.
Wow, okay. Yeah, I'll
I'll
take
be there,
that.
front row, first night.
Yeah.
Like, that's my co-star. It's my friend.
Yeah, I'm going to steal that one. That's always been something for me that I've always wanted to do. So, yeah, who knows? We'll see.
He's an amazing voice. He's a great dancer. I really want to make a movie with A24. I love A24. Everything they do, even if I don't know it's an A24 movie and I watch it, and at the end I'm like, of course it's them. Yeah. That's like my thing that I really, really want to do.
Okay, we're going to talk about your A24 movie, and then we're going to talk to you when you're doing your Broadway musical, okay?
Manifesting.
I want to be a showrunner.
Okay, it's done.
I think we're doing this together now.
It's going to happen.
We're going to manifest that.
It's done.
Done. Sent it. Sent it out. It's coming back.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I want to make films. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've written a few. I've made a few. I'm making a few more. So I want to. Yeah, I want to have my own company. I want a film company, not a. We're already into business. No. Yeah, I want to be in the epicenter of stories and not just be an actor waiting to get a part. I want to write them. I want to direct them. And I've started that journey, so let's continue it.
How brilliant. I'm not as evolved as that. I'm still trapped in the
You make bread.
I make bread. I want to do
retire.
good. No, I don't want to retire. I want a good work balance life, and I want to do good parts. Continue to do good parts. That's a pretty boring answer, but yeah.
It's not, and it's all gonna happen for all of you. It's done. It's gonna happen.
Thank you.
Thank
Can we
you.
talk to you every day?
Yeah, you can come back.
Come again for your next part, and then you're gonna be the showrunner for the TV show. We're gonna do a spinoff of Lady Featherington's backstory.
There you go.
Put some respect on her name, and then you're gonna be directing the episode. How about that?
Yay.
Done. And the company will be called.
What's your name?
What's your name? Oh no. You know what it would be called.
We're gonna work on the name, okay?
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Hold up. Yeah. I know this sounds really boring, but I'm not actually a hugely ambitious human being. In terms of, I don't have like a bucket list. I don't have like, I'm going to try and manifest this or whatever, because I already feel like a competition winner. So I'm kind of okay with where things are at the moment. I'd rather not rock the boat.
Dreams. I mean, this has been insane for me. So just getting through this next little bit, and I don't know whether you can manifest people enjoying what you've done for a show, but if I could manifest that like the reaction is a positive one, then that's what I'd go for right now.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's not happening.
I mean, one thing I will say is I definitely manifested, I would say, my last year or last 2 years. And the manifesting worked. I mean, so I'd say I do believe in manifesting. Where I'm at now, I'm kind of sat enjoying that. And I haven't really thought about what's coming next. But I do believe in it, yeah. And I feel very grateful for what I have right now in my life.
Big questions.
Absolutely.
How much time do you have?
We got all day.
Yeah?
I'm like, we're gonna kick you out in 4 minutes.
Oh, dreams. Oh, man. I think for me, I think one of my biggest dreams was to retire my mum. I want my mum to be financially free, and I'm on that journey. So I've managed to retire her. So now it's just about encouraging her to just live her life, because sometimes it's hard to kind of give up something that you've done for so many years. And yeah, I think that's been a big dream of mine, to allow her to have the life she always wanted outside of her children. And yeah, I think that's for me.
That's beautiful. Wow. For me, I get the dream has always been acting. So I don't think I've ever had to sacrifice a dream to achieve the dream, but I definitely have been in some spots where it's been really difficult. I left London. I live in London. I was born here. I grew up here. I never imagined having to leave to have, I guess, a bit more of a peaceful financial situation. But that's what ended up happening before Bridgerton. I moved to Manchester, packed up all my stuff, left it in storage, was about to train to be a massage therapist. And then I got off the train and my agent called and I got this job. So, yeah, I feel like, in terms of manifesting, I don't know. Yeah, I think something was in the air for that. And I'm very grateful to be part of this world.
I love that your characters pour so much into the younger people of the ton. I think it's really important to share previous experiences, because people feel like they're the only ones going through something that you can give guidance to. And I want to know for you, who are some of those people that have guided you, who have poured into you as well coming up?
when I started out in the business, it's actually my 40th anniversary of being in the business today. When I started out, I did a job. I came to London. I came up to the Big Smoke, and I did a job. And I was like, "This is it. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be an actress. It's going to be." And then it didn't work for a year. I cleaned toilets. I modelled for life drawing classes. I built a squat. I did all sorts of things. And then gradually, I started being told by other black actresses about auditions. So they put, this is the 80s, so they put me in competition with them for really scarce amounts of jobs that were available to us then. And I've never forgotten the generosity of black sisters doing that for me. And so I kind of feel it's really important that we open the door wider, we let the ladder further down, and we get more people in, and we pass on that generosity to make more space for each other. So yeah, I think that's been a real life lesson for me.
I think the person who's influenced me most is my mother. I think I lost her before I was 20, but I think it took me some time to realise some of that advice, quite a lengthy time, but I think I always hold her and what she stood for and things that she said to me in high esteem, and I still do.
My family are awesome. I love them all. Being biracial is really cool, you know, and having those two communities at their highest and supporting me equally is immense. And yeah, that's happened all the way through my life. You know, that these two communities, my father was from South America, from Guyana. I was born in Guyana. My mother was from here, from probably one of these gardens, these gardens that you see here behind us, you know, the highest of high society. And they came together and made me and my brother, and the two families have stuck together through thick and thin. And, you know, now I'm 54 years old, my brother is 51, and we're still going strong. So yeah, family to me is everything.
I love the journey of the Featherington sisters this season. And I like how, you know, we went through financial ruin. Now we're back on top. But now we got to figure out how to be wise. And I found it hilarious to see kind of that transition of really trying to figure out what it means to be a wife and what that entails. So can you talk about kind of your journey this season and what we can expect without spoiling too much for the readers?
Well, it's new territory, especially for Prudence. I mean, Philippa married last year and Prudence fell behind on that race. And this season, we meet them both married. So there's two boys in the situation. And it's now our job, as you say, to fulfill the duties of a wife, not only for their own sort of progression, but also for the progression of the Featherington estate, which we learn is in a little bit of a tricky spot. So the pressure is on. And you see the sisters basically racing to see who can get pregnant first. So who wouldn't want to watch that?
Yeah, man.
So I felt like even the moments of trying to figure out, like, I got to do that. Like, that's what I have to do now.
It's mad because we were saying this earlier, like, how would we know? Because the parents wouldn't tell us. I mean, maybe it would be assumed that a maid might tell us, or our husbands, when they marry, they would just lead the way. But I mean, look at the husbands we've got. They're probably not going to be. No, well, how would they know? They're practically boys themselves. So, like, you know, it's an interesting one because it's a really real thing that in those days people really didn't know how to do it, and so we really are dancing around the topic in many different ways without actually explaining it. And I think that's quite funny to watch. Hopefully,
it was. But I mean, Lady Featherington has a moment. You know, I be caping for Lady Featherington because I feel like they need to do right by her and just see that she's trying to do the best for her kids.
Thank
There's
you. Everybody always says she's such a baddie, but you've got it. I thank you.
I don't handle this slander. They gonna realize after the season though. But that's so heartbreaking that she says is, you know, ladies don't have dreams, they have husbands.
Yeah.
And then maybe like your dreams will come through them.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to know, like, how is it like being able to explore kind of that origin story of who Lady Featherington has come through her own circumstances?
It was very nice to be given that opportunity because, you know, she gets judged quite harshly by people, and it's been a hard and painful journey. I mean, her marriage was loveless, and then he, ran off, and she's not had any kind of nurturing. She's kind of on her own, and so she wants the best for her daughter. She wants them to, but she's a realist. And what she says then is it's real for those times, Don't have high expectations about love. Don't think it's going to be like in the movies, even though they didn't have movies then, but you know what I mean.
I have to say, can I just say I got emotional because to see a woman with curves like me being loved on, being appreciated, being sexy, honey, I almost cried. I'm not gonna lie to you, I almost cried because it was really beautiful. And I really want you to talk about the impact that you're going to have on people like me, being able to see this representation of everyday, beautiful, sexy women being portrayed in the computer screen.
So sweet. I think, it was a funny thing because it's very nerve-wracking, but we also didn't, it's not like they say, we want you to show X, Y, and Z. Luke and I decided entirely what we wanted to show on camera. We had a lot of say in, like the mirror scene in particular, how that was shot, and that we wanted to be front-facing into the mirror and undress in front of it. And it was like an amazing moment. And also I was like, when I'm 80, I'm going to look back and I'd be like, my boobs look great. You know what I mean? I was like, they are all my own and they're sitting up there, no regrets. And it's, it's such a beautiful thing. And I think this show, in terms of what it's done for like diversity on screen, and just everyone I feel has a character that they connect to. And it's beautiful if people connect to Penn. I love that.
It was so cute. I was like, I had to take a moment. I was like, I should not be like this. But I mean, also too, I just really love the whole friends to lovers. The chemistry is on a different level because you truly feel the friendship between the two. And I want you to think about like collaborating together to make sure that they're translated on screen as well.
I think like what's so amazing about this show is that not only have we lived the experience of these two characters, and people talk about the slow burn of their relationship throughout season 1 and 2, audiences have got to live that with us. So it's like a shared experience that we've all had for like 2 seasons so far, and then being able to really dive into their story, their romance. It felt like the appropriate time for them. It felt like at the end of season 2 we were like really ramping up to that moment, and I think it's like really fitting that we are also really close and good friends in real life. That the characters also are. It felt like it was the only possible way that we could make this series together. So yeah, it just everything aligned and it just made sense.
First of all, while everybody's sitting up here worried about Colin and Penelope, and I am worried for them too, I need to figure out what's going on with Penelope and like what's going on. Like what's going on with friendship? This relationship, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Yes. What's going on? Like what happened with our besties?
I know, but like, what would you do if your best mate turned out to be a gossip columnist writing about you and your family?
I'm gonna be like, baby girl, like, why you didn't put me in on the tea? We could have been doing this together.
That's true, actually.
I like that.
That could have been, see? That's another reason why she's fuming. She could have actually been in collaboration.
But I'm like, honey, we gotta work through this, please. I can't do another season of this. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, there's a bit of an uphill battle to go, but yeah, don't lose hope for Peneloise. They're good. They will hopefully be okay soon.
Okay, Peneloise. I like that. I mean, watching the show has made me become more grateful just about the opportunities that we have and things that we get to do as women. Seeing kind of the constraints that your characters have given the society that they grew up in. So I want to know for you, has it changed your outlook on life? Has it caused you to want more, to kind of push the envelope or be more ambitious? We're going to be more ambitious this year.
I think what's important as well with every young woman is that everyone's desire is respected, and I feel like I've learned that there's not like one right way to do it or one right way to like be a woman. So like, for example, the young women that are on the marriage mart in the show who do want to get a husband, that's absolutely good as well. Like that's absolutely fine and that's valid for them. And then Eloise's version of that, that's also fine. Like I think it's just accepting that everyone's got their own way of expressing their desires, and there isn't a right or wrong way for these young women to be young women. I think that's what I feel like I've learned.
And the fact that it is accepted. in the show, that it's depicted as being, as it is being, you know, they are accepting it, and your mum and all the other different situations we find people in, I think is a beautiful thing to show. You know, like there isn't one way. There can be lots of different ways, and so I hope it opens perspectives, I like to think.
But I mean, I really love watching your story arc this season and really delving more into what it means to have family. I don't think we get to see that much, and like being present in your child's lives and being present within the family. I want to know, like, what was your favorite family scene to film? Like, what was your favorite scene to kind of film this season as we get to see the children growing up too?
I would say, for me, is pulling up to the house, pulling up to the Kent estate for the first time, and watching the children kind of be in awe of what's, you know, not knowing what's about to happen. You know, you have servants bowing to our son, and him like kind of looking like not knowing what's happening. So I kind of like that kind of the unknown territory.
I would have to second that. I think that is a iconic scene for the Mondriches, pulling up to that house and realizing that this is their life now.
When I saw that, I was like, yes, y'all better to have the whole servants waiting for you and stuff. I was like, I was here for it. I was into this stuff. Okay. Yeah. But I mean, also too, like going from where you went from season 1, like, did you already know the trajectory? Or like, what was the conversation like really building out your characters? Did you just get a call like, hey, y'all about to move up in the ton? Like, what was the impression like?
There were some whispers about, you know, what could happen with our characters and our journey, but nothing was ever solidified until we got the scripts. So I think it was when we got the scripts, we're like, okay, this is happening. This is real. And Jess, the new showrunner, Jess Brownell, has been very collaborative and open, and we've had many conversations about what it looks like, what it could look like for us. But yeah, it wasn't until we got the scripts that it became real.
I just want to thank you both so much for taking time out of your day to speak with me. I really appreciate you.
It's so nice to speak to you again.
It's always a pleasure. I'm sending love and light, and we're going to talk after you manifest your dreams, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
I'll wait to talk to you again. Thank you. Bye.